Hi, I'm Dennis. Welcome to my channel, Guy with a Plant. Today's video is going to be a growth update of some of my plants. Some of them, they grow very fast, really vigorous growers. But there are some that are a little bit slower, so we got to be patient with them. So if you think you are interested to watch something like this, I hope you can hang on till the very end, and also to give the video a like. Okay, let's look at some plants now. The first plant I'm going to show you is the whalefin. This is the Dracaena masoniana, which was previously classified as Sansevieria. I had this parent plant, this mother plant 1 year back, and if you refer to my previous video a few months ago, it had a baby, and then I had to separate the baby plant from this parent plant because it was getting way too big. Okay, this is the baby plant that I removed from the mother plant, and this has 2 leaves. But I noticed that it is growing really weird, in a weird form. I think it's because I removed it pretty late. I should have done so much earlier, so the growth of this plant is a little bit lopsided. Okay, so this hasn't done much for the last few months. Maybe it has grown by a tiny bit because I left it outside the balcony where it gets generous amounts of sunlight. But 3 weeks ago, I noticed there was a growth that is peeping up from the potting medium. Can you see this? Yeah, initially it was very small and was totally green, so I thought it was part of the cutting that was being exposed. But as it gets bigger and I see the dark color here, the darker color, I'm very sure this is actually a leaf trying to come out. So that's really exciting. But this growth point is actually touching the edge of the pot, so I'm not sure whether should I remove this whole thing and give it more space to grow, or yeah, maybe I shouldn't disturb it, just let it grow, let it be, and we shall see what comes out of it. So this is the mother plant, the original grandam that gave birth to this. And yeah, just like the baby, she wasn't doing much for the last 6 months after I've separated them. But then 2 months ago, I noticed a tiny little growth just next to her. And yes, it was another baby. So now 2 months, fast forward 2 months later, this is how the baby looks like. The colors are really beautiful, and it's also darker than the original plant because I try not to expose it to too much of direct sunlight. But as you can see, it's time to remove this as well because it's starting to curl inwards. I better remove this before it starts to grow in a weird direction as well. And then a few days ago, can you see this? Here, another new pup. So this mummy plant is really prolific. It has given me another 2 new plants. So it's time to give it a chop again. Next, this is the Philodendron splendid. This is a hybrid between Philodendron variegata and Philodendron melanochrysum. I have this for almost 3 months, and when I first got it, it was supposed to be a rooted cutting. It is a rooted cutting because after a month or so, when it wasn't doing much, I decided to remove it from the original potting medium just to make sure there were roots, and there are roots. But the original leaves, these are the two original leaves, they are not really doing much, but still looking really stunning. So I know it is doing well, but nothing has grown out of it. But about 2 weeks ago, I noticed this little nub that was peeping from the side of one of the leaves. And look at this now. Yeah, a new leaf joining this family of two to make it the beautiful trio. With the hybridization of both its parent plants, the melanochrysum and the verrucosum, it is a very stunning plant thanks to the characteristics of each. You can see the color and the veins of that of melanochrysum. And but the leaves are not as long as the melanochrysum, more so of a verrucosum, and also the backs as well. The patterns are more verrucosum like. And yeah, so from what I understand, these kind of hybrids, they are more they're hardier as well compared to their individual original species. The next plant is the third, or rather the second update of this plant, which is the Rhaphidophora tetrasperma. I had two videos earlier on. One is the on its propagation, and the other one is the second update of its growth. And now I'll take this opportunity to give it its third update. It has grown a lot. I can't even put it in the frame. I got to move my camera back, which is what I'll do now. Give me a moment. So this is the height of the plant now. I'm so happy with its growth now, because initially when I first got it from a fellow hobbyist, it was in a pretty bad shape. It comprised of 3 cuttings, and even though they were growing, but they were slowly wasting away, and eventually one of the cuttings got stem rot, so I had to unpot. I had to unpot and repot everything, and give it better potting medium, and also to propagate some of the cuttings. So this is the one that I gave a moss pole as well as a wooden stake for it to grow up straight, and this is the kind of look that I want to achieve, and it seems to be doing the trick. The other cutting is potted as well, but I didn't give it any stake or moss pole. It's just growing happily with many new leaves as well, and looking really healthy too. As you can see, again, new growth. There's always a new leaf every day. So yeah, it's happy. I'm probably going to give this away or to sell this, because there's too many of them. Because I have another cutting that is still in water. I mean, it's fully rooted. I'm just too lazy to pot it up. In fact, I think there were 2 cuttings in water. So yeah. The next plant is one that I've featured in the Plant Spotlight episode recently. This is the Dieffenbachia Big Ben. This is a variegated version, and this is easily one of my favorite variegated plants. As you can see, it's beautiful variegation and colors on the leaves, and this is a half moon leaf. Gorgeous. Yeah, I have this plant since September or October last year, so I think it's easily almost close to 1 year now, and it arrived exactly as it is with the leaves here, except for this one. I have not lost a single leaf. I have no browning leaves, no browning edges, no yellow leaves. So it is super hardy. And this leaf was unfurled during its time here under my care. But that's about it. It is a really slow growing plant. As much as I appreciate its hardiness, it has not grown much until 1 week ago, as I was walking around looking at the plants, doing my rounds as usual. I saw this. Yeah, new leaf, finally. So I'm really excited because it is so slow growing. So any new leaf is highly appreciated. I can't wait to see how big or how variegated this leaf will be. So yeah, stay tuned. I will update you guys again. My Dieffenbachia, my very slow growing Dieffenbachia. The next plant is the Philodendron gloriosum. The plant you see here has grown quite big. The leaves are easily 4 times or at least 3 times the size of the original leaves. And yeah, I think it is happy, but I struggled with it for a while because I gave it too much light and it was really hot. It was actually very near to the balcony glass door, and some of the leaves got burnt, and this is one of them. Really sad, but there's really nothing you can do. I mean, this leaf will just be as it is. It will not grow, it will not improve. The other leaves, they turn yellow and drop off, and yeah, but look at the remaining leaves. This is a relatively new leaf, so it's still a little bit lighter in color. Yeah, but I'm just going to quickly show you this. Yeah, there's another new leaf coming out. So for gloriosum, they are pretty slow when to unfurl a new leaf. So I think this will still take about maybe a month, 3 weeks to a month before it will fully open up. Yeah, so let's see. This is the Syngonium chiapense. I featured this in one episode of the Plant Spotlight as well. So I just want to quickly update. I was supposed to report it. Nope, I did not yet. So yes, guilty as charged. Supposed to do that. But yeah, since then it has given 1 new leaf. But this leaf is pretty small compared to the rest. But the color is really nice. It has this bluish, I don't know what to call that, guacose color, which is really nice sheen. And then recently, there's this new leaf that's yet to unfurl. And it looks like it's going to be a pretty big leaf. So yeah. So this is the Syngonium chiapense. I would recommend this to anyone who is into keeping Syngonium, but something that is different from the usual Syngonium. Like I mentioned, I like this because it reminds me of a Philodendron. Yeah, but yeah, this is really a very hardy plant, very easy to keep. Okay, very quickly, the next ones I'm going to show you are some Scindapsus. This is the Scindapsus Jade Satin. Very beautiful, dark green color. It kind of reminds me of the Syngonium chiapense, but this is softer, thinner as well. And this has given me a runner. Don't know why it's doing that. At the end of it are two new leaves that are not hardened yet, and this is still unfurling. So yeah, so this is the Jade Satin. I love this plant. I've come to appreciate Scindapsus because I think they are so easy to grow. This one is a Scindapsus Silver Cloud. Check out the patterns on the leaves. Wow, wow. Yeah, this is also a cutting, but it has given me this new growth. So I can't wait for this to grow big and lush so that I can start to propagate these and to have more of this beauty. Saving the best for the last, this is my Monstera Thai constellation, basking in the light. Even though I understand the Thai constellation is pretty slow growing, but it has given me 3 new leaves, very big leaves. 1, 2, and this one. The last 8 months, and this one is happening. So I'm getting 4 new leaves in 8 months. So I think that's pretty good. I must be doing something right? So that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you can subscribe to my channel if you like my contents, and to like and comment on my videos. Meanwhile, stay safe and take care. I will see you in my next video. Bye.